After 10 long years of waiting, Dokkan Fest Baby is finally here. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We are back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we have the reveal of the monthly Dokkan Fest for October, the STR Transforming Baby. So in this video, we're going to break down his animations. We're going to take a look at his stats and talk a little bit about what to expect in the upcoming campaign. So buckle in. We're going to pause that music, and we're going to start by taking a look at those amazing animations. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Alright, so we have the banner unit Possessed Trunks. Pretty awesome here. The W, if I do say so myself, even if it is a banner unit, anytime we get a new Trunks. Ooh, look at that. That looks really nice, actually. Beautiful. Why is this not voiced? Oh, he must transform automatically. I haven't looked at the stats yet. Okay, so his transformation in the Super Baby 2 must be automatic then. Okay, so the Revenge Final Flash. It's pretty much reusing the AGL LRs.
Lord Baby, this is the Blood's Wave Amplifier.
Ooh, I like this. This looks good. This animation looks really clean. Okay, so that's why they reused the Super Baby 2 animation, because that looks good. Hey! There's the triple active skill animation. So it was for a giant form like we thought. Okay. Okay, so that must be his normal giant form attack then. This right here. The Super Gallic Buster. Is that an AoE? That feels like an AoE. Ooh, okay, so that's where the animation budget went for this character. Okay. Oh, and he gets a KO screen. I love that. Okay. Alrighty, so animations look clean. They actually, aside from the Revenge Final Flash, everything else looks sweet. It looks new. It looks clean. I love it. Alright, so let's take a look at what this guy is doing. So starting with the Super Baby 1, he is Corroded Body and Mind, or Battle of Fate. HP 200% and attack defense 170% with an additional attack and defense 50% for Terrifying Conquerors, Final Trump card, or GT bosses. And when in Super Baby 1, he has Key 2, attack defense 250%, and a great chance of evading enemies' attacks, so 70% chance of evading, and guards all attacks and gives Corroded Body and Mind 50% attack. Ooh, okay, always good to have that kind of support. Now, when attacking with 12 or more Key, he gets attack defense 250%, and has an additional 10% chance of evading enemies' attacks. So essentially, when in Super Baby 1, he's got 80% chance to evade. Alright, well that's nice. Starting from the 5th turn from the character's turn, or when there are 3 or more Corroded Body and Mind or GT bosses categories on the team, he will transform into Super Baby 2. Okay, so 5th turn or 3 or more GT bosses or Corroded Body and Mind, which is easy enough to handle. Alright, okay, so let's take a look at the super attack effect. Big Bang attack, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Categories are Corroded Body and Mind, Battle of Fate, Terrifying Conquerors, Final Trump card, GT bosses, Transformation Boost, Artificial Life Forms, Target Goku, Revenge, Inhuman Deeds, Space Traveling Warriors, Giant Form, and Giant Ape Power. All pretty expected for a Super Baby 2, so yeah, okay. Alright, so I am definitely digging that. The base form seems, I mean, kind of basic, but that's typically how this is with the transforming characters, right? You're going to be spending most of your time in the Super Baby 2 stage, right? So this is probably where most of what he's doing is located at. So, all right, he gets key 3, attack defense 250%, attack, great chance of evading enemy's attack, and guards all attacks. Okay, that's nice. So keeping that when he transforms, that's good. Gives corroded body and mind 60% attack. Nice. So imagine having two of him around. That would be nice. Plus on Omega's team with the domain. Oh yeah. Okay, or not even Omega's team, but just having Omega with a domain up. Randomly changes STR key spheres. Randomly changes his key spheres to of a certain type to STR. When attacking with 12 or more key, he gets an additional 250% attack and evasion 20%. So 90% evasion. Am I hearing that right? That's pretty good. 90% evasion. When all allies attack it in the same turn, our extreme characters has a what? Dude gets a scouter on an extreme team. What? Dude, that's amazing. Launches an additional super attack. Okay, that's good. When all allies attack at the same turn, our corroded body and mind, he has a chance to perform a critical hit and damage reduction rate 30%. Oh, that's good. Additional damage reduction rate. In case, you end up missing that 90% chance to dodge. Okay, that's not bad. But that has to be on a corroded body and mind setup, which you may not always happen. With 3 or more key spheres obtained, or there's a superclass enemy, when the character obtains a key sphere, 120%. So nice that he does change key spheres, right? 120% attack and chance for one critical hit, 30%. With 5 or more key spheres obtained, or if there's an Earthbred fighter's enemy, when he obtains a key sphere, he gets an additional 30% crit and 120% evasion. Okay, nice. Okay, that's pretty good, actually. Okay, he looks kind of sick here. All right, let's take a look. That's his active skill activated from his next attacking turn after transforming. Okay, what about that super attack effect? Ooh, okay, no additional effects, but he is stacking. That's awesome. He's stacking. That's really good. Okay, especially with those additional attacks, right? He could potentially do 3 supers in a turn, and we've seen how fast they're making stackers. The stackers are stacking a lot faster than they did before, so he could probably build up pretty fast. This might be good. This might be the way to get GT bosses Festival of Battles done with this guy right here. Okay. Let's check out his giant ape form. So when he transforms into giant ape, let's see. And remember, this is from the next attacking turn. 300% attack, additional key 1 per key sphere obtained, and performs a critical hit. Okay, so nothing too special there. What about that active skill? I want to see what that does. Raises attack by 700. What? Oh, that's going to hit like a truck. 1,700%. That is going to hit hard. Okay. Wow. This dude is pretty good for a monthly TUR. Like, what are they thinking here? Okay. Yeah, they haven't given us any superclass stackers this entire year aside from Vegito. And then, well, I guess we got the Kid Goku, but I mean, we've gotten like 3 good stacking extreme units. Like, this is pretty crazy. I like this. Okay, all right, he looks like he's gonna be really, really good here. Let's actually, so I did pull up some calcs here, so hang on real quick. Okay, so we got some calcs here. So this is when in Super Baby 1, right? So turn 1, pretty much, this is what you're looking at. Nothing too crazy, but he does have, remember, he does have guard. And this is with, like, no domain, nothing up, right? So, but he does have 80% dodge. So I think most of us can manage that for a turn. And it's not the greatest, but I think it'd be all right, aside from dodge canceling fights. But this is when in Super Baby 1, and we take a look at Super Baby 2. Yeah, okay, so this is kind of where we're really concerned. So this is 55%, mind you, and shout out to a member of the channel. You guys probably know him as Anakit. You guys have seen him in stream a couple of times for providing these calcs, but this is Super Baby at 55%, and I think this is very valuable, giving these 55% calcs, because this is what most of us are going to be seeing him at, for the most part. So, you know, shout out to him. Really good job doing these calcs here. So we are looking at a 55% Super Baby Do with 140% defense. So basically on Omega's team with Big Bad Bosses and GT's links. So turn 1, which is essentially turn 3. we're looking at 1.9 mil post super if he gets it the triple super, and then on the following turn, right, 3 stacks, right, 2.3 million is what we're looking at here, at the end of that turn on his second appearance. So that's pretty nice. About 500k pre-super, which is not the greatest, but I mean, again, he's got 90% chance to dodge and guard, so I mean, it's not terrible. And then again, 2.3 after that. Post super, so on the next turn, right, so his third appearance essentially, right, after the second super, you're looking at over 3 million. So that's actually a pretty fast stack looking at that, right? Like if he's managing to proc, well, I'll have to see how this factors into how fast he builds attack, but in terms of defense, this is building pretty fast, which means like in things like Festival of Battles, right, if he can proc a double super each turn, he's going to build up to tanking Vegeta levels pretty quickly, actually. But I mean, this is assuming you're running a full extreme team, which I mean, the only real options to do that are Omega's team at the moment, and I guess you could run a variant of Battle of Fate. That would be kind of difficult, but because I guess he's the leader, right? So yeah, actually his team could work. There's some good extreme unit setups on there. So yeah. Okay, this works. Okay. And if we want to continue down the track here, right, just looking looking at like on a domain, if I'm reading this correctly, oh wow. Okay, we're looking at, I think this is saying, okay, the commas here are messing with me here, so, but I think this is saying we're looking at 3 million here. Okay, the commas here are kind of messing me up with their placement. Okay, so let's just assume 500k, 500 here, 400. So if we move the comma over one, yeah, so this should be 30 million. Okay, that doesn't sound right, but this is 140% support, 55%, 25% from the domain. I think it's supposed to be 3 million. 30 million seems kind of high, so we're gonna go with that. So I'll have to come back to understanding how Anakin sort of plan this out, but let's focus on these ones because these ones are a little more readable. But this is pretty good, I think, looking at turn, because this is essentially third appearance, right? So this is what you're seeing on like the final turn of Broly, essentially. If you were fighting that, obviously much higher if we're considering calcs for Festival Battle. So honestly, he looks pretty good. So I'm really happy with how he handled. So I want to check out this Trunks here. I mean, it's a Trunks unit, so I'm pretty happy about this. So let's take a look here. Trunks is looking at Corroded Body and Mind supports. Okay, nice. It should be, actually, I want to see, is he on GT bosses? It's going to suck if he's not on GT bosses. He's not. Okay, so you would have to run him on Baby's team if you want to make full advantage of him. All right, per Corroded Body and Mind or Terrifying Conquerors ally on the team, whichever has a greater. 50% attack and defense, damage reduction rate 5%. When there's an ally who includes Baby attacking in the same turn, or when all allies attacking in the same turn are Corroded Body and Mind, 100% attack and attacking and guards all attacks as the first attacker in turn, 150% attack defense and key 1, 15% damage reduction, and attack to enemy 30% down for 2. Ooh, I like that. And then when receiving an attack, an additional 250% attack. Ooh, okay. I actually kind of like this. So he's essentially got 15. So if you put him in slot 1, he's got, what is that? 20% damage reduction and guard, plus the enemy that he's going to attack in that slot will receive an attack and defense lower of 30%. So that's actually kind of nice. What about his super attack effect? Raises, okay, so that's not helpful. Let's go here. Steel super attack. Okay, nice. Okay, so not bad. We'll have to see how well he does in slot 1, right, when taking normals. If he can at least take normals, right, there could be some risk play there, especially if he can seal the super attack. But, I mean, it'll still be pretty good. So I'm excited for getting Baby and finally getting some getting some of the possessed units, because basically what this means, if they're willing to give the possessed, and notice how he has a he has per corroded body and mind, which means they probably expect you to run a corroded body and mind or terrifying conquerors team, which would be kind of difficult. So that would probably have to mean, like, if we look at corroded body and mind, there's probably not a whole lot going on. They could maybe easy A the metal LR metal cooler, but I doubt it. I think the more likely scenario that we're going to see is, if they're going the corroded body and mind route for the celebration, which it seems likely because it seems that that's his main sort of leader skill, I'm going to assume what we're going to see here is actually an easy A. We're going to see a lot on the free-to-play side, and that is with the awakening and probably easy A of this guy right here, the Super Baby 1 from the Baby Saga story event, which is now a Dragon Ball story. So they could awaken him and then easy A him, which means they'll probably add more stages to this, or awakening medals to his Dragon Ball story, which also means we could possibly see them tap into the SR characters here. So they could awaken like the Trunks, the Goten, and possibly make use of release free-to-play versions of the other possessed Sea Fighters, because they do have cards in the game's data. They've been in Super Battle Road. They are bosses in the story mode, so they could possibly release all of them, or at the very least give us, this guy, and this guy. For those of you guys who have ever done the Oh, they actually have already awakened to an SSR, so that they would have to awaken to a TUR now. That's right. Yeah, so if you guys have ever done the Corroded Body and Mind Legendary Goku event mission, this guy was like your only option for some of the setups. Especially if you were going to try to run the Majin Vegeta setup. So, because he was the only Trunks you could use to fulfill the condition, Majin Vegeta's condition to help. So, yeah, I would like to see them get an awakening, but hard to say. Now, we do know that if we come over here to the Dokkan info, we do have some upcoming content. We have a new Seriously Serious Battles, should be out in time for the banner, so you can do your free tickets. A new Ultimate Clash, which I think at this time we should be getting the next Ultimate Clash LR. Hopefully it'll be somebody who can help out Baby. Doubt it, but they are almost never aligned to anything, but you never know. And then of course we're getting a new event, Cataclysmic Giant Forms Clash. So it's basically a battle against giant forms, as you guys can see by here. Hopefully it's difficult. I hope it's on par with some of the other events that we've been getting, because it would be really, really nice. Either way, really excited about everything to come. This is already shaping up to be a good look for a new celebration. Baby looks great. The banner unit looks like he'll be decent support if we get enough corroded body and mind support. So really, really looking forward to this. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, how excited are you to finally have Baby in Dokkan as a Dokkan Fest TUR? I think most of us have been waiting for a very long time for this to happen. Surprised it finally happened. I mean, and it couldn't have happened at a better time. GT Bosses is in a great place right now, so really, really excited about that. So let us know what you think in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.